Hello! Today I am going to show you how to ferment vegetables. Recently I took an online course and I got certified in fermentation. Fermented foods are really good for your gut, gets all that good bacteria in your stomach so everything can work properly, helps with your immune system, helps with digestion. So today I wanted to show you just a very easy way. You're going to be shocked at how easy this is. And one of the reasons that we like to make our homemade pickled vegetables is because a lot of times the ones in the store are not fermented. Those pickles that you buy on the shelf are often just marinated in vinegar. So you're not getting the fermentation benefits of actually fermenting your own vegetables at home. And it is super easy. One little tip today we're going to do asparagus, and one little tip that I wanted to show you is when you get home from the grocery store, go ahead and just fill a little container of water and put your asparagus in it. If you notice at the grocery store, all the asparagus is sitting in a little bit of water, it will help them stay alive and it lasts a lot longer. So, little tip for asparagus, put it in just a little bit of water in your fridge. And you always want to cut the ends off of your asparagus. So I'm going to do that right now. That's the root part of the asparagus. Then what you want to do is just obviously, today I'm going to use smaller mason jars because I didn't have quite enough asparagus to do a big mason jar. So I'm going to do 2 small ones. And it's too tall for this jar, so you want to cut up your asparagus. So I usually do it in 3s. This is a great snack to throw in your lunchbox. Whenever you want something salty, instead of grabbing chips, grab some fermented vegetables. So I'm going to take these spears and place them in the jars. I may only have enough for one. And you really want them to be compact. Something I want to do before I add the rest of the spears is I like to add a little garlic to mine. You can add whatever flavor you want. If there's a certain spice that you like, add it. Play with it. See what your family likes. So I just want to get this jar real stuffed as much as I can. Try not to break them. I mean, they still taste the same, but they're not as pretty. And it's all about the presentation, right? You want these things sitting in your pantry and your friends saying, "What? Didn't make that." Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to be able to fit in this jar. And then what you want to do is you want to take purified water. Do not use any water with chlorine in it. And if you don't have access to some good bottled water, go ahead and just get you some water in a pitcher and let it sit out for a couple of days and let the vapors of the chlorine come out of the water. And you want to fill first you want to fill your glass to see how much water is going to go in it. You want to fill it to about 1/4 of an inch to the top. So that's how much water I'm going to have. So I'm going to pour this out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the water back into the measuring cup so I know how much water I have because I need to add the salt to it. Your asparagus should be compact enough to where it doesn't come out. I had a couple of stragglers there at the top. And I have exactly 1 cup of water. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add 1/2 tablespoon of salt to the to the water. I didn't plan ahead for this part of my video. There's always bloopers, right? So I'm going to take a tablespoon of salt, or I'm just going to do 1/2 tablespoon of salt per 1 cup of water. That's roughly 1/2 tablespoon of salt. I'm going to put it in the water, and I'm just going to give it a good stir and let that salt dissolve. And at any point you want to add anything else to your pickled vegetables, go right ahead. Caraway, whatever you like. If you want it to have a little kick, you could add peppercorn. So I'm just going to take the salt water and pour it back in. Ta-da! And guess what, folks? I have pickled asparagus. Now, if you're a canner, feel free to put these in your canner and you can put them in your pantry. If you're not a canner, let them sit out. You don't want to refrigerate them right away. Let them sit out for about 3 or 4 days, and then you can taste them and put them in the fridge. They'll continue to ferment, but you want to preserve them so they don't go bad. But keep them just in a dry place and not a cold place. It needs to be room temperature because they need to do their fermentation magic. And voila, pickled asparagus. My husband loves these. I put them in his lunch like 2 or 3 days a week, and they're a great go-to snack. Kids love them. They're salty. They're healthy. They help with your gut biome. There you go. I hope this was helpful. I'm going to try to do a tutorial video more often. My goal is to help you get better. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can reach me on email at info@shellycanhelp.com, or you can find me on social media @shellycanhelp. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much. Have a good one.